I'm going to be sharing a really quick video with you on how to help somebody who has been, let's say, inappropriately touched or abused, and why a lot of times the initial response that a lot of us have to do things, why it may be the wrong thing to do and what to do instead. So what happened yesterday was I received a message, and then we talked a little bit about someone who's really close to me, and then she went to the gynecologist, and without going into any more detail, was touched, was talked to, and was treated in a completely inappropriate way, and she felt basically violated. The individual used their position of authority to do things that should not be done without obviously mutual consent. So the initial thing, I know a lot of times when something like that happens to somebody else, is to talk about it, want to get back at the person, and things like that. So the key, though, what we need to understand is that there's two things going on. One is obviously the physical interaction, and then the second is the energy side of things. The first is the physical issue of touching someone else, but there's also the energy side of things. So what we want to do is recognize that what we need to do is the physical, actually, it's past, but the energy will linger. And if there's a dark energy, what can often happen is that can help bring someone's, not just their mentality, their thoughts and their actions, but kind of bring them in a downward spiral. So what I let her know that she needed to do is to help, and I guided her to help I sent her a message guiding her on how to bring her energy and her radiant white light, full of joy, full of love, from a place of being contaminated with dark energy, so that she can have her energy clean again after having this experience and being touched by someone who had a very dark energy. Suffice it to say that what she started watching some kind of a movie, a documentary, and started crying at night, and then she didn't do that. Then she was crying a lot. She woke up, we talked today, and her eyes were obviously from crying a lot, and I again reiterated and I explained the importance. So what I said, though, is because everyone's going to have a different way that's going to help bring them to have this white radiant light of feeling full of love and connected with this infinite positive energy in the universe. So what I suggested to her to do is, instead of doing it, let's say, the style that I do, I said, okay, you have your own meditation that works really well for you. And what I suggested was, do it, and do it as long as it requires until you can see your own energy as it's glowing in this radiant white light again. In other words, it could be 30 seconds, it could be 5 minutes, it could be hours, however long it takes, because once your energy is then clean again, then you can go ahead and deal with whatever the situation is, coming from a place of connection with infinite positive energy in the universe. So in summary, if anything like this ever happens to someone who's close to you or anyone you know, first of all, definitely let them talk and listen. That's what I did. However, what you also want to do is take a leadership perspective.